Hi and welcome. I thought I would turn the camera on because today, for the last couple of days, I've been doing something I haven't done in quite a while, and that is play with my clay. So today, I clay. And it isn't anything exciting so far. I've been doing a lot of yard work and painting and, I mean, wall painting, not fun painting. Unless you like that kind of thing, then I guess it would be fun. So anyway, I am, for the last couple of days, I have been making dragon's eyes. And I can show you a couple of them. And let's see. There is a purplish, coppery gold one that I think came out really pretty nice. Let me reach back here and I'll get a index card there. So that's what he looks like. You can see how shiny his eye is. It's a glass pebble. So that was the first one I made after a while, and he's just on one of the sliding knot cords. Not really finished yet, but kind of pretty. I like the shiny, blingy things. Oh, it's getting later in the afternoon, so there's a lot of traffic noise. I'm sorry about that. And I just glazed this one, so he's still on a stick, or she, depending. But I really like this one. It's greens and yellows. Greens are my favorite colors, and golds. And I had ordered some of Christy Friesen's effects, so I tried to decorate them a little bit with Tortuga, but I'm not sure that that shows up that well because his glaze is still kind of wet. But let me show you what Tortuga, and this is how I do it. He's just on a toothpick, my handy dandy toothpick, and then that's a little wood plaque like you could get AC Moore, Hobby Lobby. I've painted or stained it, and then I just put some little wooden feet on it and drilled some holes in it with my Dremel for a drying rack. And that works pretty well. Anyway, this is Tortuga. Oh, my light is pretty bright. It's a really beautiful kind of sea green with little gold in it, I think. I like him a lot, but I don't like the packaging. It leaks out and kind of gets everywhere, but that's okay. Let me show you. It's part of her waves set, I think. Surface Effects, Making Waves. Sorry. Anyway, so that's what that looks like, but the package itself is empty because I've got everything out of it. And I also have Fairy Tales. And I also have Surface Effects Metallics. So they're fun. Plus I have tons of other things. Paints, glitters, you name it, mica powders. But all I'm doing today really is I'm taking some of that same, I waited too long, green and yellow mixture, and that I used for the dragon. Just wipe my tile up. This is just a piece of black tile that I'm working on. And all I want to do is, this is my cutting blade, and I just want to put a strip of polymer along the back of it, and I'll bake it in the oven and let it harden on. So I think what I'm going to do is just roll a snake. Might as well keep it easy, I guess. I had rolled it out in my clay machine, and I was going to fold it over it, but I think I'm just going to do it in a log. And I don't need that long of a log, so let's see, I'll cut off this smaller end, which you probably couldn't see, but I just cut the end of it off. And I'm going to kind of roll the whole thing. Let me widen that out a little. There. I'm going to just take my clay roller and roll this whole thing a little flat. It has some glitter in it and some other, you know, stuff that I used because it's the same clay I used for the dragon's eye. There. Yeah, not terribly straight, but it's definitely flat. Let's see. I don't need it that long, so I think we'll cut the ends off of this too. And then I'm just going to lay my clay blade on here. Okay. I'm going to try to cut out a little of the bumps. Make it a little bit straighter, a little neater. I'm just going to lay my blade down. And it's still a little bit long, so let me take another one of my tools and find a good one. Here's just a wooden one. It's and it will work. Just want to cut that. It was a piece that was just a little too long. Press my blade into one side of the clay. And then I'm going to you would not believe the mess I have here for only having worked in this for a day. I was looking for my scraper so I could lift this up, but I guess what I'm going to do instead is just fold it over. I'm just going to fold it over my blade, and then I don't want it to come over my blade, because I don't want when you're cutting a thicker thing, I don't want it to be hitting the polymer clay on this blade. That would be a problem. Okay, I'll use this tool. I have this just flat-edged tool. Cut the end off again. I'm just going to take and run this tool. Should probably just cut that end off. My hand's probably in the way. This is all pretty loose on here still. And somebody's probably saying, why not use Bacon Bond? But it's because I'm not adhering clay to clay. This is clay to metal. So I don't think Bacon Bond would have much of an impact on it. It actually doesn't look too bad. And it's above, live dangerously. It's kind of above that hole. I can push it a little with this tool to make it go above the hole. So then I can at least cut thicker things and not have to worry about it hitting the clay. But I am going to set this down here again. And I'm just going to kind of scrape off some of this extra that I really don't want on there, because I don't want that too long or too low on the blade. And I'm just kind of going along and cutting off. Pulling off some of the extra clay. Now I'm just going to smooth that out a little bit. Doesn't have to be beautiful. I mostly want it so I don't surprise myself by picking up the wrong side of this blade, which I have been having a tendency to do lately. Right now I'm being careful to keep my hand back from this edge as I run down. It would not be pretty. Okay. See if I can pick that up. Okay. There's definitely more clay on this side than there is on the other side. So I am going to, I'm just going to take my roller and I'm just going very lightly, just kind of pushing it down a little. I know I just took the time to move it up, but there. And I think there's a little bit on the end that could come off again. I guess I've putzed around with that long enough. And it feels pretty good. I don't think I'm going to put anything on it, like little spirals or beads or anything, but I may take, I got these bead and pearl tools from, I think I got them at, I think I ordered them off eBay. I was going to say I think I got them at Joann's, but I think I ordered them off eBay. And I'm just going to put a few circle designs on here. Again, being careful, bringing my hand down close to the blade. I'm just going to flip it over again, and I'll go back down this other side. That's kind of fun. Okay. And I could take the pointy end and just kind of put a dot in each one, different places. It used to be I decorated all of my tools, because then when I took them anywhere, I always knew which ones were mine, because we do have a tendency to loan tools out, you know, over in a group of people, like-minded people, enjoying the same things. It's nice to have your tools identifiable. There we go. So I will put that in the oven and bake it, and I will have a personalized tool that, should I go to my Polymer Clay Guild meeting or, you know, any other bead and button thing or guild conference, I can take my cutting blade with me, should it still be the one I'm using. Just gonna wipe the blade a little bit and get all the smudges off there. And I did just buy myself some bigger tiles at the Home Depot, the home decorating store. So that's what that looks like. And I'm just going to, you know, usually, at least lately, I have been putting a piece of deli paper. You can tell this is what I've used because it has some sparkles on it. I've been baking on a piece of deli paper because that, to keep the other side from getting shiny from where it sticks to the clay. And it's perfectly safe to bake the deli paper in the oven. And this is Primo Sculpey, and this is Wasabi. It's one of my favorite colors. It's that citrusy green with a nice pearl sheen to it. And the yellow, I don't have the wrapper for. So not really. Do I have the wrapper? Maybe. Yep, it's just yellow. And it's a Sculpey 3. So I just did a combination of those two things. And made my dragon's eye. So now he matches my blade. And I hope that that kind of whets your appetite to come back and see what I'm doing in the clay world. Except, you know, I'll be having fun. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Have fun, be good, be kind, and always be colorful. Thanks for watching. Bye.